Welcome back to Switch to Linux, the first live Switch to Linux after Christmas. And I need to see if we will be doing a patron stream tomorrow. I'm not completely sure. I need to reach out to everybody. I will say supporter stream. I'm trying not to use the P word. You know, I might get, I don't know. But I may do a supporter stream tomorrow. I will reach out to all the supporters and ask if we have the majority of them that are usually here will be around, then we will do one tomorrow. If not, then we will not do one tomorrow. But anyway, welcome back. Welcome back. Today we're going to have a look at Peppermint 9 Respin. And this is going to be just a quick look at Peppermint. Of course, Peppermint 9 has been out for a little while based on Ubuntu 18.04 LTS. This is the Respin, which is, they'll do the respins to bring packages up to date and do some other adjustments here and there. So we're going to be having a look at that. But let's see. I see pizza's on. Pizza, pizza. Everyone join me saying pizza, pizza. Welcome to the live chat is here. Hello, welcome to the live chat. How are you? I really wish you would engage more. I mean, you say you're one welcome and that's it, but oh well. Anyway, Brendan, how's it going there? Hello to you. And Mark, greetings. Probably a little different. We'll use Peppermint again if they go full on Debian and lose the Ubuntu code. Yeah, I don't know, maybe. Let's see. LMDE froze twice the other day. Huh? What were the circumstances? What applications and things? I don't think I had any freezes. The only issues I had is running KDE going back and forth between the desktop and Kodi full screened. So other than that, I didn't personally have any issues, but what issues were you having? And yes, Baby It's Cold Outside has been banned on several radio stations. Yay! Highly offended snowflakes for banning famous Christmas songs. But yes, that is indeed something that happened. I mean, I could just go into doing a full political commentary channel like that. But I don't really want to. I'd rather just kind of stick to safe things like Arch Linux. Yes, I do not know what in God's name is wrong with people. Hello, pizza, pizza, pizza. TikTok and ad and... Oh, did we get a TikTok ad on my video? Woo, guys, I do not recommend TikTok, by the way. If there was a TikTok ad. Yeah, that is owned by a Chinese AI data analytics company. It's like everything you don't want in a company collecting your data. Around it, but hey, if they like to pay me to advertise on the channel, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. That's all right. It's kind of like, you know, kind of like Dave Ramsey occasionally before on, you know, in the mid rolls on his program, depending on the radio station, might actually play credit card ads. Like, oh, it's a financial program. Sure, run the credit card ad. Yeah, Dave Ramsey and credit card ads. Yeah, whatever. TikTok can run on my channel if they want. I don't really mind. I don't recommend it personally, but you know what? That's okay. Hank, how's it going there? 10 likes. Yeah, we got to have 10 likes or the kitty may not get kitty treats, but I don't know. No, I'm not sure I'd torment the kitty that bad. Although I am very low in treats. I got to get more kitty treats. I got to find one of these kitty treat companies. Got to start sponsoring this channel. That'd be awesome. He slept sleepy today. Too much Christmas turkey. Yeah. Just finished Linux Mint 19.1 review this morning. Accidentally installed Linux Mint onto the SD card with all my unedited save. Oh, save or smash videos. That's not cool. That's not cool. Very exciting week for me, and not just because of Christmas. Also, the other day I switched full-time to Linux. Very cool, very cool, very cool. That is awesome. Robert Fitzpatrick, how's it going there? How are you? I am Logic, has retracted his message. Hello. Coffee toast? Sweet! Coffee toast sounds awesome. What is coffee toast? I like coffee, I like toast. That sounds beautiful. And here... is anyone here good with unbricking iPhones? Pizza. No, I'm kidding. Pizza just had an iPhone, or not an iPhone, an Android phone go into a boot loop. Whoops. It really depends. Like if your bootloader is unlocked, you have a greater chance. It completely depends on the phone. What you'd want to do is head on over to the XDA forums and see if anybody's talked about that model or propose a question over there and see if anybody can help. Peppermint 9 Respin should be based on 1810. Yeah, it's the reason it's not is because they base these on the LTSs. Benjamin Eldridge, greetings. Hello, KO2610. Your number is up. How's it going there? Hello, Alex. Or hello, Alex. Okay. LMDE still going strong. Yeah, I liked LMDE. I'm still rocking Fedora right now, and it's running great. Once it took me a few days to get everything working the way I want, but now everything's working. It runs just fine. I've been doing some DVDs. I've been doing some Kodi. It still does give me some issues on Kodi. So I think it is Kodi and KDE, but I don't know. We'll see. Everything else seems to be working just fine. Let's see. And at least on this, for those curious, WaterFox does actually auto-update itself. I know that's been a question before. I'm using WaterFox instead of Chromium on this because there were some issues with Chromium. I don't know if they're still there or not, but WaterFox did actually automatically update itself the other day. So, hey Quint, how's it going there? Quint, are you up for a supporter stream tomorrow? I need to ask anybody, so I'll probably ask anybody who's usually on. If we're up for same time tomorrow, about 7 o'clock Eastern, let me know. As long as we have at least 2 of you guys that are free, I will go ahead and do one. KDE 515 will have a highly annoying Kwin crash when games disable composite. I wonder if that's what's happening with Kodi. Hank, do you have any thought on that? Because basically when you run Kodi in full screen mode, it swaps the desktop environment over to Kodi. So you can actually log into the computer in Kodi if you want. And on KDE, oftentimes I get a situation where the system will not recover the desktop. And I'm wondering if it's related to that. Oh, not too much is up here. Diamond, how's it going there, yo? Marketed to kids. All right. Having time finding the stock firmware without viruses. Ooh. What's the phone? Roger, how's it going there? Oh, it's the Samsung Galaxy. Ooh, I don't know if Samsung makes its stock ones there. Ooh, yeah, and the Samsung Galaxy J's. Ugh, good luck. I have no idea. I mean, I actually had one of those for 24 hours and sent it back because it was crap. Hello, Dronefly. How's it going there? I downloaded TikTok and the videos aren't funny at all. They're just cringy. Yeah, I mean, what do you expect? I have cubes on the laptop and Debian. Built the computer and installed Elementary OS. Not my favorite distro. Just wanted to give it a try on hardware. Yeah, what was your thoughts? Thanks for advice about XDA. Didn't know it's still active. Oh yeah, XDA is still very active. Yep. Fedora got Flex Seal in stocking. Ooh, cool. Fedora doesn't have proprietary drivers pre-installed. No, you need to install the proprietary drivers. Why do I use Chromium? I use a variety of different browsers for a variety of different things. Chromium typically has been the best, like Firefox and Chromium have typically been the best browsers for things like YouTube and stuff like that. And since I already have Firefox dedicated with a ton of different bookmarks and things like that, then I wanted to use Chromium, but it was giving me issues on Fedora, so I switched over to WaterFox. I'm probably going to dump Chromium going forward on any distros I jump to in the future, and the reason is with the latest versions, even with settings disabled, it still keeps on trying to log me in, even on Chromium, not Chrome, which is kind of scary. So it's like, no, you are not allowed to log in a Google account into a web browser. No. There's very few use case scenarios. Talk to Pizza about a good use case scenario. He's got a use case for that, but frankly, I think most of us should not be doing that. Ubuntu developers in current direction are worrisome. That is correct. Hello, Anna Rita. Greetings. How are you? Sit in pajamas, relax with the wife on the blanket. Very cool. I think Ubuntu has been compromised by corporate America, i.e. Microsoft, Apple, or any... I mean, I have concerns with Canonical, who is the company behind Ubuntu personally. Not enough that that I will stop doing, stop using their stuff entirely, but certainly enough that I look for other alternatives when I can. All right, so Quint can do one tomorrow. Let's see if one of the other guys jumps on and is able to do one tomorrow. Can you install it on a Chromebook? Install what on a Chromebook? Any application for disabling compositing has a rare chance of crashing the compositor because it fails to unload. Yeah, that's possible. Christmas, I got some pre-communist Chinese, African, Indonesia, and Israeli currency. Cool. That's neat. Samsung Galaxy J is... I can take the battery out. Very few phones. Oh, yeah. Okay. That's a good reason. Not on the Galaxy J's. I do not believe there's lineage builds for Galaxy J's. Ooh, a Dell Ultra Sharp monitor. Sweet. Samsung budget phones suck. The A series phones are the models just for showing new things, and S and Notes are the only decent. I found the hardware was nice. It was too limited what I could do. So far, Elementary OS has been great. I really do like the Pantheon desktop environment. Many of the apps are pretty nice. If not a little too oversimplified. Never realized it doesn't have PPA support. Yes, if you need PPA support, you can add it. It is possible. I have a video about how to do all this kind of stuff on Elementary OS, including put icons on the desktops, enabled PPAs. Basically, add the basic stuff we take for granted on an Ubuntu-based distro. I have a video about how to do all that kind of stuff, but... Nexus 6, install Kali on it. Don't buy a Nexus 6 phone. They are horrible. But yeah, it is one of the ones that you can put Kali on. Actually, I should still somewhere have a backup of my phone with Kali on it. It's kind of interesting. You ever rice my desktop? What do you mean by rice my desktop? I mean, I do keep food away from my computers, if that helps. But, I mean, my father's laptop turned on, but the screen is black. So I tried connecting to the TV, HDMI, and still black, although laptop works as well as just screens are black. Quint has to... Yeah, Quint, reach out to me, man. We can talk about some best approaches you can do to get some websites up pretty quick. So shoot me an email and we'll chat. Father's laptop will turn on, but the screen is black. Tried connecting HDMI, still black. So if it doesn't send out signal to the TV or to the screen, then there's going to be something wrong with the board on the video output. That's the thought. All right, we're going to go ahead and keep my comment thing there. We'll jump on into our topic, and then we will hang out for as long as we need to. So if you guys that jumped on, we're about 15 minutes in, and we're finally just now getting to Peppermint. So thanks for the delay. In fact, you know what? We're just getting to Peppermint. Let's just go ahead and record this, and I'll release a edited version. Welcome back to Switch to Linux. Well, today we just want to have a quick look at the respin for Peppermint 9. This was just released, and first we'll have a quick look at the here at the release notes, and then we will dive on into the distro itself. So, of course, this is Peppermint 9's been out. This is the respin, which is when they take the entire project, they update all the packages, work on any bugs that have been pushed out to this time, so that if you download Peppermint 9, you don't have to go through a ton of excess updates and things. You get something that's much more up to date. And I do love this little logo they put up here. This is just a beautiful little picture. But as far as what we have, this is based on Ubuntu 18.04 LTS. Why not Ubuntu 18.10? Because Ubuntu derivatives work on the LTS. It gives you better long-term support. However, it is worth noting that the LTSs do also maintain bug fixes and security updates. So an LTS distro now is going to be better than an 18.04 LTS distro was when LTS first was released. Peppermint, if you are unaware, is a lightweight distro. You can use it on new and old computers of anything, whether if you want to minimize your system resources, whether that's because your computer's low end or you just want to save as much computer processing power as you can. Peppermint gives you a nice traditional layout with an interesting default theme in both 64 and 32-bit flavors. So you can use this for your older systems as well. As far as what are the highlights, they've swapped out VLC for XPlayer because a lot of people have been reporting VLC's been getting a little crazy and flaky lately. And so they swapped this out for XPlayer, which is a lot more lightweight and should still work with the variety of codecs that they have installed. Let's see, there will probably be some extra things you need to do. Read the release notes for commercial DVDs, which case usually install VLC. So just keep note of that. They did remove the levels from Linux Mint, which was something that Linux Mint did a while back. I think, was it with 18.3 or was it 19.0? I forget when they removed those levels, but they did. And then they fixed the ICE applications, a couple things about the menus, mostly to mix, or basically to match the ICE application into the XFC Whisker menu categories. So it should be more streamlined creating ICE applications. We'll talk about what those are in a bit if you are unfamiliar with ICE applications. Let's see, there's accessibilities. Let's see, other system information, some extra wallpaper changes, and just a few little things. One thing to note is if you had issues working with Broadcom modems, they might work better now out of the box. They added additional wireless drivers out of the box. That's one of your biggest issues with running some Linux distros, is certain wireless cards just don't work as well out of the box. And so there's ways around that. But they did some of that. There's also new support for encrypted drives. There is new support for Wacom tablets and just a few other little things like in updating packages and things like that. So that is what is going on with it. So let's go ahead and boot over to that distro right now so we can have a look at what it looks like. All right, so we are on our startup screen. It was able to go full screen out of the box. It didn't start that way, but I was able to push it there. So hopefully it's still full screen for us. If not, we'll just make that quick little change. My super secret password that I promise is not Peppermint. All right, so here we are. We have our Peppermint. So this is our nice new Peppermint information. I installed this. I did not do anything else to this, so you can see what the differences are here if you are familiar with this. So here is, first let's have a look at our update settings. It looks like we already need to run an update. Just our Peppermint panels. So that should install pretty quickly. So of course you can see that the levels are no longer there. If you are used to Peppermint in the past, that you had the levels that was reminiscent of the old way that Linux Mint ran. In this case now, everything should be up to date. And then we have up here, we have our menu. So as far as the theming, some people really like this theming, some people really don't. This one to me is it's a little nicer than it was on Peppermint 8, which was the last time I really stared at the theming. I still personally run Peppermint 7 on one of my systems. I just, there's two software packages that I needed slightly up to date. I added repos for those and keep them up to date. But so this is what the theming looks like. Some people really like it, some people don't. It's just a nice minty poppy type theming set, which I think is really cool. Out of the box, we do have several different desktops and desktop images. So some of these are old classics, so you can see some of these guys. And then this is actually, well, not that one. This is the one that I personally run on my laptop that runs Peppermint OS, which is great. There's just some beautiful beautiful backgrounds that they have in this. Let's go back to the one that they have given us. There's this, and there's also this alternative to it, which is just kind of red. Let's go ahead and keep this one up going here. All right, so we mentioned ICE applications. So ICE is a package manager that basically enables you to create windowed versions of websites. So if we actually go over here into our Office, you'll see we have things like Google Drive, Microsoft Word, and things. What these are ICE applications. What this means is that you can create a single window to load just one specific application. So this one here is loading up a instance of Microsoft Word Online. So it'll prompt us with a login box here. So of course I don't have a login for this, but anyway, we do have the ability here to create these windowed applications. They can be based on Firefox, Vivaldi, Chromium, or Chrome, depending on what you have installed. And in this case here, we just have Firefox, which is why that's the only option available. You can come over here to remove, and then there are a bunch of lists here. You can just kind of grab whatever you need and just hit remove if you don't want those in there. Which, you know, me, Google stuff. Ew. 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 Awesome. All right, so you can go ahead and do those, and then you can create them by giving your thing a title, entering a web address, and then this indicates where. So this was one of their changes, is that they had changed the selection of the menu list items so that they are going to be in line with the category items we have over here. So that's how this works. ICE applications, very nice. Now, of course, one of the criticisms that I've always had about this is they don't have an easy way to put your icons, your main usual normal icons up on the desktop. Of course, we can work off the desktop, so we can come over here. We can create new documents. You can create a new folder. We can work off the desktop. And the thing is they have a really cool settings panel here, and I would so love it. It would be very easy for them to just drop in an item here to turn these on, turn off. Now, you can add those. Just need to come down here to tweaks. Go down to your deconf editor, and then what we want to do is from here we want to navigate to org, Nemo, desktop, and then these guys here are where these are. So this is your computer. This is your home icon. Here's your trash icon, network icon. Whoop. Network icon, there you go. So that's how you can turn those on. I really wish that they would do that. This is the one thing that keeps this from being probably the single most user-friendly basic distro there is the fact that it just has everything so beautiful out of the box, but we don't have an easy option to add those simple panels. It'd be so easy to just add those. It's there, you can do it. There is documentation about how to add those on, but a new user looking at this might be like, I need these icons, and it'd be so easy to do. So here is kind of your look and feel. We do have a variety of different colorations we can do. So no matter what you like, you can, there's going to be something for you there. Of course, I do actually really like it out of the box. So that's this one here. So I really do like that. Here's our colorations, icon themes. We have a variety of these. So of course, these are modified for this. Panel preferences, our panel down here at the bottom. Of course, it's set up out of the box traditionally like a basic Windows type system. My apologies for that virtual box menu. It keeps popping up. I have forgotten to disable it on this one. I've been disabling it on many of them. That thing drives me crazy. But you can come down here and you can make some changes to your panel. Whether you want to move it, put it on one of the different sides, whatever else, you can do that. Wallpapers where we looked at. There's Dropbox, which I'm not a fan of that, but it is there. Notifications, software settings. I mentioned briefly about the drivers. If you are having issues with your wireless, then what you want to do is find some way to get the thing temporarily connected to the internet. That might be using a USB wireless dongle. It might be plugging it into your phone. It might be putting it into a network jack. Whatever you can do to temporarily give it internet. And then come into here under hardware, hit additional drivers. And then this is going to load up a driver utility that's going to scan your computer for any available proprietary software. Usually what it means if your wireless is not working is that you will see an item in here for Broadcom adapters. And the reason that occurs, it's not that Linux sucks, it's that Linux by default generally does not package proprietary things. And so you have the ability to go in here and do this. Now, I would like it if another thing that Linux Mint has done really well in this respect is particularly for NVIDIA drivers, which also do not necessarily play too well with Linux. They have an ability to boot into the computer with those enabled. It would be really cool if they could give us another option to boot into the computer with Broadcom drivers available, because if you don't have an easy way to get the internet access on, you're kind of sunk in the water, and that's not particularly good. So that would be a really cool thing to do. But anyway, that's where you find it. Just go click on that drivers, and then you'll have to install that. The downside is, of course, you do have to be on the internet to make that occur. So there's other items here. There's Thunderbird, there's Firefox, themes, firewall, a variety of other settings, users, groups. So you can see everything here is pretty easy to figure out. They do have nice packages like Synaptic. You can grab it from here, just from within this control panel. So inside of this application here, the applications we get, now of course this gives us on the install, since this is based on Ubuntu 18, it gives us the question, do we want to do a minimal install or do we want to do a full install? I did the full install. The difference is it just adds a couple of extra software packages. Since this utilizes a lot of ICE applications to show off what ICE does, it really doesn't feel like it's installing anything less. In fact, I'm really actually not sure if there's a difference between the minimal and the full install here, because the full install on Ubuntu does give you LibreOffice. This does not. This gives us ICE applications for Microsoft and things like that. Now, there's a reason why it does that. The reason why is that Peppermint was kind of created as an answer to Chromebooks, which were lightweight, online accessible devices. These things utilized links to Google Docs rather than an actual application for Google Docs. That's why they put so much into building a nice ICE application. So if you do need a Office suite, just come on in here into Synaptic and search for LibreOffice like this, all one word, and then this should give us all the packages for LibreOffice. I've gone too far. All right, so this is the LibreOffice meta package. Installing this is going to install everything that you need for basic functionality. So if you were to just select this guy, mark it for installation, it's going to install all this other stuff, which is going to include your Libre Writer, your Libre Calc, your Draw, your Base, pretty much everything. It's going to mark as stuff. Hit apply. I'm not going to do it because it's going to take a long time to install. I mean, it's downloading an extra ½ gig of data there. So we're going to quit that. I'm not going to install that, but you can do that. That's why we don't have a lot of extra applications in here, is because this really was originally built up for that. You do have other options as well. Let's see. I forgot this actually had a software manager. Okay, so this is using the software manager from Linux Mint, which is certainly one of the better software managers. We do have Flatpak down there, so it looks like we do have some Flatpaks you can install. You can also install things here. So you can actually, if you just come up here and just type Office and this guy, this should get you the variety of things. So here's LibreOffice if you want the whole thing. If you need just a word processor, you can install just the word processor independently of everything else, so you don't have to install everything. So let's go ahead and do that. As far as using this, I've not used Peppermint version 9 on my systems, but like I said, my writing computer that I write my books on has been running Peppermint 7 since Peppermint 7 was a new system. Runs perfectly fine, has all the updates, has never given me any issues, any bugs, any problems, anything. It is just a great system. That's why I really highly recommend this operating system. So of course here, this is the new media player that they're running instead of running VLC. This is going to be ported over, I think, from Linux Mint. I'll have to look at it to know for sure, but yeah, I'm pretty sure this one's from Linux Mint. Let's see. Yep, this is from Linux Mint, so that's what we're getting there. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe Nemo is our file manager. And that's one of the things I like about it. Nemo is certainly my favorite file manager. All right, so this is now installed. So that should be right down here under Office. Now I can see that LibreOffice, it looks like that installed Math right along with it. So here is LibreOffice Writer. We're looking like we're rocking version 6. 6.0.7.3, not the absolute latest, but certainly a good version. Theming looks a little old, but that's okay. That's adjustable as well. Looks like our spelling checker is installed. And if I'm not mistaken, our synonyms are also installed as well. So we are good with that. All right. So, yeah, not a big fan of that UI there, but that's okay. Mine doesn't look like that. Mine looks a lot cleaner than that. I'm not sure what the difference is. I think it's because they either I didn't put the theming in place or whatever else. My other system I set up a long time ago. So this is Peppermint 9. Definitely a distro that I highly recommend. Hopefully you now know how to add your desktop icons if you need those. You know what? There's one other thing in case you're new to Linux that you might want to know how to do. If you want to do a right click and say, add something to this, like on a Windows computer, you might see add a new Office document or whatever. Well, those are actually coming from the templates folder. So let's go ahead and talk about how we can do that. Let's go ahead and pull up LibreWriter again, and let's just start with our default document and whatever we want this to be. So maybe you want to run, let's see, what fonts do I like? Let's go Liberation Sans. Okay, so Liberation Sans. Now what we're going to do is we are going to file save as. And what we're going to do is I don't want to save it there. I want to go up and I want to save it into templates. And I want to give it a title of writer document. Or maybe you might want to do let's do writer. I was going to do word processor, but let's do writer document like this. Save there. Now we're going to close this guy out. That's now in our templates. And now when we right click, then we will now have the ability to create a new writer document right on the desktop. Open this up, and now we're right back in and any settings that we had. So if you wanted this, whatever font size, anything that you want, that's how you do it. So you can put anything that you want to be able to right click and create. You just drop right here in your templates folder, and that's going to do it. And that's going to work on pretty much any Linux distro. Does not work on Deepin desktop environment, but pretty much anywhere else, that should be how that works. All right, so that is Peppermint 9 Respin. Let me know what your thoughts of this distro are in the comments down below. All right, let's see. Oh, lost my place. I lost my place. There we are. Heard of the Vector Robot by Anki. AI is starting to get spookier and spookier each time. No. Somebody, though, did send me an email. Come on. Come on, kitty. Yeah. You're a good kitty? You're a good kitty cat. Are you? All right. Somebody did send me a fascinating article on Alexa. You know, Alexa said it's going to kill somebody. It was kind of exciting. Ugh. You people let this in your house? Reason I use Chrome is because I can use a Google account to sync bookmarks. What I do is use the school's computers as bookmark my web pages and access them at home. Yep. Have you tried the Ubuntu Touch? No, it's never been production. It's always just been, ooh, look at what we're doing. I need production on my devices, not play stuff. So I've not experimented with Ubuntu Touch. I actually did get an Nexus 5X because I wanted to look into that, but it was never ready for production. So it might be now. It might be a lot closer to now since it was ported over to UB ports, but I don't know. Customizing the desktop. My desktop is already customized. What do I think about prismbreak.org? Is the information credible? I don't know anything about it. I would have to look into it. I lack confidence in their developers. Seems Tux Digital has turned into a plastic Ubuntu apologist. Yeah, I use my own mind. I don't get behind the I don't get behind the talking points, you know, and I could be wrong, but I'm certainly not going to be guilty of up-talking someone else's thoughts. I don't know. Try to migrate one to DigitalOcean from GoDaddy, managed WordPress hosting. Ooh. You're trying? Yeah, let's talk, man. Let's talk. Get on Skype. We'll chat. What are your thoughts on using Gecko Linux for a Linux newbie? Is Gecko still being supported? I thought that died. Or am I thinking of Corora? If it is still in production, then yes, absolutely. It's basically it was like Corora was to Fedora. It was OpenSUSE. Gecko is OpenSUSE. That is a lot easier to use. So yeah, it looks like it's still good. It was a different one I was thinking had died. Let's see. So June 16th. Does cat please don't knock my monitors over. Yeah, the last post was actually in June. And so if it's still being supported, then yes, it's good. But if it's not being supported, then I don't know. So look into that. Back for more using Peppermint 9. Very good. Real issues with stability people are having, and I suspect Ubuntu is allowing the wrong individuals access. Huh. Anyone use Lineage? Yes, I use Lineage on my system. Been using Lineage for almost 2 years now, I think. 8-year-old laptop, yeah. Suspect their hiring process is not up to stuff, yeah. Does Lineage collect info? No. Hey, Snazzy Butterfly. I don't know, what? Using Peppermint on 2 old laptops, an HP and an Intel on an old Toshiba. Very good. Stopped using Ubuntu when I found Amazon ads in the dash. Distro hop for 2 years, settling on Arch. There you go. Stop using VLC to do some problems. I noticed it freezes when you put a video in slow motion. Yeah, I've noticed some issues been cropping up with it personally as well. Hello, Sleepy. Sleepy, are you on for a supporter stream tomorrow? Ben Laird, how's it going there? Louie! How's it going, Louie? You can install ICE in any distro you want. Yes, you can. So watching your old Peppermint 9 video last night. I'm pretty familiar with Peppermint now, but just in case I missed something. Very cool. Yeah, Peppermint's awesome. I like it. Hey, Enchain. No problem, man. Can you download apps off Google Play Store on Lineage? Okay, so to get the apps on Lineage, you want to download the APKs directly from the place, directly from who publishes them, or grab them from F-Droid. There is an app on F-Droid that allows you to install Google Apps. I'm not sure if I would completely trust it or not. Personally, I just don't know. Oh, I guess Sleepy missed my question. Download Google Apps if you install G Apps, yes. Which, I don't know, that seems to me that defies the purpose of installing Lineage to begin with. But anyway. Yeah, there's Yelp or an Aurora store which can do that. Hello, Analog. Greetings. Do you have a lot of problems with printers on Linux? Can't get a Simpson printer to work even though there's Linux drivers. It says PostScript undefined error. I generally have not had any issues with them. It's just kind of doing the research, figuring out which printers you want to try and where are you getting the drivers from. And I really can't help fix it without looking at everything, but that's kind of that. Will you find banking apps? Probably not. I would not recommend doing banking on a phone anyway. If you have to do something, use the mobile browser. Would probably be a safer bet. I mean, that's me though. I don't know. If I ever got stopped at the border with a phone, like, yeah, image it all you want. I clear the images off of there all the time. I clear the messages off. My phone is pretty much a communication device. That's about it. I do not use it as an extension of my life. What is Google Services with some privacy? You can use Lineage with Micro G. Micro G was designed to be an open source alternative to Google Services and stuff. Yeah. Signal you can get directly from their website. Somebody actually just gave me the link to that. I think it's oh, what is it? I might have to enter a password over here, but we'll see if I can find that again. Let's see. Okay, so the link is signal.org/Android/APK. They do not advertise it because they really want you to download it from Google. Because Signal apparently is backwards. They're all about privacy, encryption, not collecting data, but they almost force you to grab that crap from the Google Play Store. So, I don't know. I might just not use Signal under the basic protest that says, hey guys, you got to be more open than this. Stop caring about the numbers, you know. Okay, Nemo is how Nautilus should have been. I agree. I hate Nautilus. There's like nothing about Nautilus I like. Enter a Google account using Aurora Yelp Store, but Google is banning people who do that. Wow. Unfortunately, LibreOffice is completely messed up theme-wise in elementary OS. Yeah, I mean, mine works perfectly fine in my Peppermint 7. I'm not sure the difference is here on this. I'll have to look into it, but I'm going to delete that one, Crazy Cat, just because it's a family-friendly channel. Okay. Never had luck with CalGraphs. Always crashes when I try to post something. Aesthetically, I like Qt apps better, but functionally have more luck with GTK apps working smoothly. Yeah. Been a Linux user for 18 years as of this week. Very cool. Very awesome. Hello, Neo29. Why are Nexus 6 bad phones? Let's see, Nexus 6. I'll have to remember all of the specs. 6P was definitely an issue, but I thought there was something with the 6 as well. I would want to look into it more. I can, from my research, the best of the Nexus phones was the 5X. Read a story in an Alexa unprovoked to turn on and said, when I close my eyes, all I see are people dying. Yeah. Yeah, there's someone sent me a story with a bunch of Alexa stuff, and man, was it creepy. Thomas Holt, greetings. Hope you see me and CJ and TJ had a very good Christmas. Yes, he got himself, and they both got themselves more kitty treats. Gecko is still supported. All right, cool. Watching other people's opinions because I learned new ways to think. Yes. That is good. And completely yet, MS Google, others taking control. Your thoughts on the Pine Book? I don't know anything about the Pine Book. Should I look up the Pine Book? Let me look up the Pine Book. Thin 64-bit ARM-based open source notebook. Oh. Nope. Well, here's what we're looking at. If it's $100, that's our 64-bit ARM-based. Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't have any thoughts on it. Let's see. You know what? It almost has very near specs to my Lenovo, except my Lenovo is not ARM. What OS is it running? I mean, I know with ARM you could run Ubuntu Mate. There's probably some other ones, of course, Raspbian possibly as well, if there's a build for it. So hardware looks pretty good. I'm curious to know what operating system you're getting on it. So, I mean, on the surface, it looks pretty neat. Something to look into, I would say. I feel at some point Mark Shuttleworth will sell Ubuntu. Yeah, I agree. And frankly, that's what he said he's doing. He's, you know, he's either thinning out for a purchase or thinning out for an IPO. One of the two. Rick Linux, greetings. Hello, Renard. Greetings to you. Nothing unique about Nautilus. Nothing makes it special. I think it's infinitely harder to use. Yeah, there's wires, a good alternative to Signal. You ever tried i3 or i3 gaps? No. Too much overhead. I run too many businesses, write too many books. I have too many things to do to sit there and read a bunch of documentation on a window manager when, frankly, there's other things that I completely like already that I'm not really looking to change. So if I had time to read through the documentation, I'd look into it for sure. But yeah, I'm not. There's too much overhead to figure it all out. Nemo or Dolphin over Nautilus, but some people love Nautilus due to its minimalistic approach and appearance. It's too minimalistic. It's missing core functionality. Kyrie Holmes moved to Windows. Yeah, ban you. No kidding. Windows 7 will make a comeback in 2019. Probably. Quite questionable to me. Even if ARM is the future, there's just not enough software to support it. Yeah. Oh, there is Fedora ARM. That's right. There is Fedora ARM. And I'll tell you what, with Fedora ARM and GNOME 3, of course, the only issue is I got to work off the desktop, and the extensions to work off the desktop on GNOME are, they're horrible crap. So that's, I don't know. I don't know. OS is a toss-up. I saw 3 people, and one got KDE Neon, another got Ubuntu Mate, and the other person got Fedora. All right. I mean, I'll tell you what. I'd probably try and run this Fedora KDE on it. That's probably be pretty good. I can name something Nautilus can do that Dolphin can't. Open and root. Yeah, I hate Dolphin. I think I hate Dolphin worse than Nautilus. It's a toss-up for me. No, I hate Nautilus more. Dolphin's down there, but yeah, I'm not a fan of Dolphin. I like KDE, hate Dolphin. I just don't swim with the fishes, I guess. I don't know. I swim with the Nemos. Nemo, Thunar, Kaja, great. Snazzy Butterfly got engaged. You got engaged? Very cool. I hope it wasn't to a Windows computer. All right. Home Wi-Fi previously working on tablet, but now not in range. Other devices can see and connect. It could be the wireless adapter in the computer is dying, or the tablet is dying. Oh, ARM Manjaro. There you go. Yeah, that would be a neat thing. I mean, it's definitely neat. You know, if I didn't already have a pile of computers laying around, I might think about it. But tell you what, if they were to do something like this with one of the devices that was like the detachable keyboard, so kind of like had a tablet mode and a computer mode, I'd absolutely buy it. Right now, I'd buy it. But if it's just a basic ARM laptop, probably has better battery life than an Intel-based PC, but quite well done with the ability to separate windows on it. Yeah. Yeah, somebody said Arch does have an ARM build as well. Has a lot of functionality, but if you run KDE, then install PCman FM, Qt as a file manager. It'll take on your theme and can open and root. Yep. Can sense bad things coming. Nemo is better. Maybe my favorite. I've not used Nautilus for so long. I really shouldn't judge file managers. I'm running Cinnamon. Love it. It'll run GNOME 3 on a Pi with Fedora ARM. The performance was awful. Yeah, I bet. The other thing, Anarita, I mean, it could be the wireless transmitter as well, but I doubt it if other things are still seeing it. All right, let's go ahead and feed the kitty. So we'll do a last call for comments as we feed the kitty here. Oh, kitty, you know what time it is, right? You know what time it is, huh? It's time to feed the beast. Time to... Oh, no, don't jump up on the desk. You'll end up mooning the camera, and then people will see your cute side on one camera and your ugly side in another. Come on, right here. There you go. There you go, buddy. Ready? Come on. Oh, that wasn't supposed to come out. You gotta stick your face in there, or your foot. Oh, there you go. Get the paw going. Get the paw going, buddy. Yeah? All right. Well, you got the paw going a little bit. Here, right here. And we'll get you one more little one. Up over to this camera. There you go. Are the finger looking good? Yeah, their finger looking good? Yeah, I thought so. All right. That's it, buddy. That's it. That's it. You want to hang out with us for a little bit? Or are you going to run away now that you got your kitty treats? Oh, you're going to run away now that you got your kitty treats. You little jerk. All right, he's going to chill on the desk, actually. And he's like, yeah, man, I'm chilling, yo. All right. Hey, I don't like you sitting there. Want to get down? All right. Till the end of the video. All right. Yes, I like Thunar. I don't see a problem with Thunar. I'll likely distro hop again soon. I have a few on my mind. Sorry to be so negative. I want to encourage people, but it's hard to know the truth. Yeah. I'm with you, man. I'm with you. Good evening. Most underrated feature with Nemo is you can give color to a specific folder. Yes, that is also true. Cats like temptations. My two cats can't stand it. Yeah, my cats are tempted easily. What can I say? But my cats don't like catnip. Like Thunar, can click on icons, no problem. I have to give it to Finder or whatever Mac uses. Able to select a bunch of files and folders, right-click, and just make a new folder with all of them in it. Yeah, Benjamin, that is like the only positive thing about that Mac file manager. The Mac file manager is such a nightmare. Sure, it's got that cool feature. But, man, like, drop a bunch of things in a folder, open it up. It never scales your icon positions to the size of your window. So you'll end up with a bunch of files going across, and you'll have a scroll bar at the bottom when it could have easily just realigned the things to give you a nice... Oh, my God. You have that. You have... try grabbing a bunch of files, right-click properties. Did that once when I didn't realize that it opened a property dialog for every one of them separately. I had 150 files I highlighted. I spent the next 20 minutes literally closing every single dialog box one at a time. Oh my God, Mac's file manager sucks. But that is a cool feature of it. Yeah. He loves to moon people. Yeah, one of his hidden talents. Yeah. Windows Explorer was the worst file manager. I don't know. I think Explorer is still better than Nautilus. Nemo and Thunar are too bloated, over 4 times as large as PC Man, but less user-friendly, especially Thunar. I don't know. I don't find anything that's not user-friendly in Nemo. I find Nemo the perfect file manager. I'm trying to think. I think the only thing that it does that I don't like is if I start moving a bunch of different files, then I have to click the button to start the second batch of files before the first batch is completed. So it queues things rather than transmitting them all in concurrently, which I guess isn't a big deal, but everything else about Nemo's pretty good, in my opinion. Saves you from wasting time. That's a good thing about Linux, though, man. We can put in our own file managers. That's all cool. Oh, boy. Well, let's see. Use Windows Explorer and Nemo. There you go. Any GUI file manager is bloated. Just switch to Ranger, yeah. All right, guys. Change the IP address. Tom, can one change the IP address of their devices? Well, okay, so the way an IP table works is there's an internal subnet IP that's controlled by your router. Your router is going to have automatic DHCP settings, which appoints a separate internal IP address to every device on your network. But all of those devices, any of those devices that reaches out to the internet will have an IP address on the internet that's different. The only way to change that address is to use something like Tor or anything else that will reroute your DNS on the computer level. So I'm not sure what you're trying to do there, but you can set your device IPs in your router depending on what type of router you have. But I'm not sure what you're trying to do, though. Code using C, C++, or C#? It's been a long time since I've looked at either of those languages. I haven't done C++, any C+ coding, and it's been over a decade and a half. I'm pretty sure. Yes, I had a good Christmas. Thank you. All right, we're going to go ahead and wrap this guy up. Thanks for hanging out for an hour. And I should be back tomorrow with a supporter stream. I don't know. I might make that a tinfoil hat time. We might make that a tinfoil hat time. So that would be 7 o'clock Eastern time, and then I will probably do a Christian stream tomorrow as well on the Christian channel, which would be 9 o'clock Eastern time, maybe a few minutes after 9. But we will look at what our options are. So thanks for hanging out, guys. Have a look at the links in the description down below, and have yourselves a wonderful afternoon.